Welcome back to Yahtzee Tries, facetious intro, blah blah blah. Who's got time to write a real intro when I need to hurry up and talk about a game about bugger all? Tiny Glade is the game, although I hesitate to call it a game, more of a toy, really.
Are there goals in this game? You got goals?
If the goal is to draw a great big bum, then I've just achieved it.
It's a real crap circle, am I right? It's a crop circle joke.
Now, how realistic a knob are we requesting here?
They need to get that right testy checked out. The thing is, if you're just walking around your tiny glade, I don't think people on the ground would even notice. They would just be like, oh, look at this wonderful dirt path.
You have a square of free real estate in a pleasant, picturesque pasture, and you use a variety of tools to build a castle that wouldn't look out of place in a Thomas Kincaid painting. Then you take lots of arty photos of it with various filters from various angles, and then, I don't know, take the pictures to your snow globe factory and give them to the designers as prototypes for the autumn line. Look at my clippy tower. Hey, I didn't say I had a door. Why you had a fucking door?
This isn't The Sims. You can't just force your citizens into a room and then kill them.
Oh, my tower's getting aroused.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but there's a lot of phallic play going on here.
Ah, there we go.
There you go. So you can't just grab it by the tift. You have to grab it by the shaft.
I guess there's not a whole lot to say about it from a critical perspective. Yes, I like that the controls for building and editing are intuitive enough. The game can just drop you right in without a word, and you can be laying down foundations for the outer wall in 2 clicks.
Big grain shafts. We all love big grain shafts here. That was actually the original name of Second Wind, was going to be biggrainshafts.com.
Where's the controls where I can add a dangling corpse on a rope? Right, now we need to add the actual castle. This is like the groundskeeper's house.
Machi.
I like the procedural elements that randomly add flavour to things as you plop them down. It's certainly got the calming, cosy, meditative quality of caring for a bonsai tree. And if that's what you're after, go nuts. That one's got
look, he's got a little bird on his head.
He's got a bird pal. You're the best.
Oh my god. Wait, they both have bird pals.
I'm going to stroke you. I'm going to stroke your bird pal separately to you.
Ah, double stroking.
There's a duck.
Oh my god, how is this happening?
There's a duck.
Oh my god, look how happy they look. Oh my god.
But here's a little thought experiment. Imagine you're an indie game developer and you've been trying to make some kind of fantasy RPG or city builder or whatever, and after a certain amount of development time you've gotten together and said, well, our game sucks shit, but this level editor we've made for internal use is really fucking good. We keep wanting to mess around with it in our off hours while watching Midsummer Murders on the second screen. Let's just sell this for easy cash. We'll call it a cozy Zen experience. I'm not saying this is exactly what happened. I'm just saying it's what I would have done. I kind of respect the hustle. Oh, I can make him really bloody tall.
That makes me deeply uncomfortable how tall that chimney is.
Are you
I don't like it at all.
Are you jealous? Are you insecure about my extremely tall chimney?
The camera doesn't even go that. You have to zoom out. It's so tall.
His eyeball is covered in a hideous mutant fungus-like growth. There's a tree in my eye. There's a tree in my eye.
Oh no!
Help.
Get it out!
Help!
Get it out!
Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at it! Ah! This is incredible.
Look at me, man. So let's move on to our second game, The 10 Bells. Yet another PT-inspired short indie horror game where you loop through a small repeated environment over and over again while increasingly spooky things happen, often with a distinct air of Unity store assets. In this case, set in a nice Victorian pub. Okay, I guess we're looking... Hello, title of the game. Ooh, a snooker table.
You snuck it out?
It's pool. Don't think so. Oh, yep, now we've looped.
We looped.
We're back at the ladies.
We're looping. We're looping. We're looping. Machi.
Hey, that bell shouldn't be going off by itself.
That's one of the titular 10.
I was, however, pleasantly surprised, because 10 Bells finds a way to turn the PT thing into an actual sodding game. A sort of spooky full 3D spot the difference puzzle.
Hey, I don't like the way he's just staring at us.
That moustache is pretty anomalous.
Ah! Do you think we're the ghost?
Oh, and suddenly the ghost was us all along.
Oh no.
This is where the lady stands.
Oh, there's blood! There's blood! Get out of here.
I'm out of here. The idea is you go through the spooky pub, keep going if you don't find anything fucked up, and go back the other way if you do. Get it right 10 times to win, and don't get killed by any of the fucked up things. Simple pimple. Blah! Ah! Okay, it's anomalous, it's anomalous, it's anomalous. Leg it, leg it, leg it, leg it. Are we still in the... Oh, we're back in
we got no bells.
We're back in the no bells.
We got no bells.
Oh.
Well, no. I think once she appeared, we were Jesus, that's an anomaly. We can't go that way.
I like this format. The anomaly hunting challenge of observation and memory appeals to my very intellectual puzzle-liking brain. It's like a less involved mortuary assistant.
Oh, that chair just moved. That's an anomaly.
Back.
We should get 2 or 3 bells for this run. That was so anomalous. Several bells.
I am the very model of an anomalous anomaly. Anomalies, that's pretty anomalous. I started the game half-hearted and taking the piss, and by the end of the stream was fully tensed up and immersed, knowing the game wasn't above chucking jump scares at me, and with my stress building with every uncertain turn around a corner.
There's going to be something on that left. Every time, like, there's going to be at some point.
Ah!
Is she there? Boo.
Ah!
Oh,
That
was just a gateway to hell. That wasn't even an anomaly.
Apparently anomaly hunting is a new trendy subgenre in indie horror games. I think this is the first time I've encountered it in the wild, if you don't count Mortuary Assistant.
What if we get to one loop and there's just 30 chimneys on the building? It turns out we're in the building you built.
Okay, anomaly, bye-bye.
That's too big of a man. You can't have a big man in the pub like that.
That just wasn't on at all.
Oh, everything's fucked.
Makes sense. Everyone was trying to fill the space PT left behind, so eventually something was going to come along and figure out how to make it work as a game mechanic that's actually interesting and challenging in ways that enhance the dread and paranoia. Hope you're taking notes, Bloober team.
Oh, that's just normal. Oh, he's got killer with a bell.
Hey. Yes, I just heard 10 bells, accompanied by the sound of very splattery noises. Nice job, the 10 bells. I look forward to when this subgenre reaches the dizzying height of indie game popularity, getting ripped off by a AAA game. Our next game is... oh god, I can never remember what it's called. Echo Point Nova. There we go. Generico McTitle Balls. But which plays anything but generic. Well, it's first person, alright. Duh. I almost ran straight into that plot.
Like, what are these weird pixelated meat tunnels you're going through?
Oh, we can ground stomp. We can butt stomp.
Oh yeah, Goomba Stomp.
I'm fond of that. I was drawn to it when I saw it describing itself as an open-world, first-person traversal-based game, and by Christ is it that. Starts you off with some nice, straightforward, comically large jumps, but then seconds later a double jump? Ooh, a fucking grappling hook? Cool. A double-stuffed face-fucking hoverboard? Blimey. And then we're let out in a Skyward Sword-esque arrangement of floating islands to go nut-butters with a suite of standard FPS weapons. So far, all great, in theory.
I'm gonna vomit, but I also love it. Shoot it! Shoot it!
Oh, look at that. It looks awful. But I like it. Make your own doors. Welcome back to Red Faction.
That's rad as heck. Jeez, you go far with that.
That is crazy fucking fast. Your range of movement in this game is absolutely nuts. You can hoverboard double jump your way to an island far enough away to trouble an intercontinental ballistic missile. But it's the sort of thing that only works on the macro scale. The moment you start getting caught up on fiddly bits of terrain, trying to glitchily grapple your way onto solid ground, you start complaining about why we're stuck in a first-person perspective that makes it really hard to determine what, if anything, you're standing on, as well as trying to spot all the little tiny whiny far-away dudes before they unexpectedly snipe all your health off. I've been working on the railroad. Yes!
Nice!
So we have to go to where that arrow is. Do we, game? Are you fucking kidding? What kind of range has this hookshot got? No.
The plot is I'm reading chat. That's all I know.
Fair enough. Yes, once the training wheels were off and the game became a succession of arena fights against mercenaries, the game suddenly acquired the feel of a classic deathmatch shooter, like Unreal Tournament or Quake 3 Arena, and I was never a fan of that sort of thing because it's kind of floaty and too fast-paced for my dumb brain, and it's hard to enjoy the moment of smashing someone's head in with a pickaxe when I'm doing it in a brief passing moment before sprinting off to the next target, like Usain Bolt pinching people's bums. Can I just run people over on my hoverboard? Is that an option?
Oh, I hope so. Please try.
This gun sucks.
I mean...
or maybe I just suck. That's an option. No. Yeah. No. What are you latching onto, you stupid grappling hook? Oh, this is a burst fire assault rifle. For girls. It doesn't help that the health bar is small and grey and tiny and doesn't do a good job communicating that you're close to death. In fact, most of the interface kind of annoys me, especially going through the menus where every single element is some variety of unadorned rectangle. I mean, look, that's a scroll bar at the bottom. I couldn't tell at first, because everything's been random rectangles. Meh.
You may need to.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that
you
works.
You absolutely ran him over.
1 remaining. And it shall be you.
Where's the tint button? Yeah, where's the sharpness? Contrast. Gamma?
Hey, don't take the piss out of me. If you're gonna have a hue slider and a value slider, you're supposed to have a saturation slider as well. It's like having RGB but without the B. I really thought I'd have nicer things to say about a game with a grappling hook and a hoverboard, but then again they just hand those to you at the start, and such things are more fun if you have to work for them, like with buggering a gorilla. And our final game is Kill Knight. I hasten to add a disclaimer right at the start here that some underhand bugger at Second Wind already started playing the game on the communal Steam account, and I couldn't find an obvious way to reset the save. Side note, is it so fucking hard to add an obvious way to reset the save, developers? So some stuff was already unlocked, and it's possible we missed something that you only get from a first experience, but then again, possibly not. Okay, well this sort of threw me right into the deep end, didn't it? Well, thanks for watching the stream, everyone. That was Kill Knight. That is a fucking slow dash. Look at that. My grandma dashes like that. Kinda seems like a game where you're stuck in one little area and monsters keep spawning in until you die, with a gauntlet-y, Diablo-y combat system, no story, and so little context. One wonders why they bothered to depict the monsters as little insect things, when it could just as easily have been squares moving towards a bigger square. So
even
we
more
can
things.
hold down a button to pick up blood gems in a different way, to fill up a different bar that does a different special attack.
Ooh.
Man, you've only played the most random shit.
You're not wrong.
I don't know. I get the unpleasant sense that the last 2 games I picked this week just aren't for me on a pretty fundamental level. If you are the kind of person who is like 100% gameplay focused and just wants to master a combat system without the hassle of there being a complete game attached, then Kill Knight is for you. Just make sure you play through the 19 tutorials that introduce the piles of mechanics and how they interact with each other, explained one after another in little separate missions accessed through a menu list, which is about the worst possible method of player training besides a printed manual stapled to the side of a twitchy racehorse, and more or less guarantees I'm never going to be able to remember all the mechanics once I'm in the thick of things, trying desperately to stay alive 1 second to the next. What? Oh, I need to buy these. Man, it's like they're having a game, but they're just trying to avoid all the obligations of having to add context. It's like, here it all is. Splat. Enjoy. Okay, now we know how this works. I guess. Yes, Nick, I did the tutorial. Stop taking the piss.
You gotta get them in the spikes. Oh.
Man, that was
down.
hard. That was too hard. Mom!
So far,
Well-
it sounds like you are not enjoying it.
Man, this game kinda sucks. I'd be interested to hear from you if Kill Knight is your thing. Just feels to me like there's an awful lot missing, even from something intentionally stripped down and arcadey. For one thing, the game over screen doesn't even ask me my initials, so I can't work towards filling every line of the high score table with the word bum.
Want to rub things. I just want to rub things. You want a big fat cigar honker. Get a little snifter of the hooch. Oh, and Blizzard's Chunky Kong Bastard Slam.
Uncle Jesse was the most bangable. Hey, you know what? Who am I to yuck your yum? And that's a fun thing about having space, is like, oh, we've got a lot of space.
It's like jump, crunch, crunch, smacks, chop, smack, smack, crunch, crunch, chop, smack. You know, every now and again, your body just goes, hey, remember you will die. Yeah, I mean, there's a park near where I live where Canadian geese hang out. If you walk around the pond where a lot of them live, you will find it absolutely fucking carpeted in shit. Where do they get off? Shitting everywhere.
I mean, they don't got a butthole. It's just they just, you know, when they feel the poop coming, just right out the butt.
Well, they do have a butthole. It's also the egg hole.
Cloaca?